Well, hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is your monthly reading for April. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Well, April, it's literally sprung upon us, and here we are. We've officially started a new astrological year. The sun has moved into the sign of fiery Aries, so it really is time to embrace your inner rebel and expect your energy levels to rise, rise, rise. Now, over the last couple of months, we have truly seen some challenging energy, but the eclipses are now out of the way for now, and both Mercury and Venus turn direct by mid-month, which leads to a rare occurrence where all planets are direct, which means personally it's full steam ahead. Now, obstacles dissolve faster during this period, complicated energy untangles itself with a total alignment for brighter things to come. Things become more manageable during this period, and if you've been struggling with anything, this really is a great problem-solving month to move ahead. Now, April is the payoff month for previous hard work too, setting you up with opportunities to level up and shine. The greatest of rewards can reach you now and set you up nicely for the rest of the year. And of course, this is a time to take charge of your life, lead with passion, creatively embrace your hobbies too, and set your sights high whilst boldly striding towards accomplishing your goals. Now, this is the month to get assertive, to carve out the life that you've been manifesting and set yourself up for positive change. And Saturn and Venus conjunct Rahu as well, the North Node, this month, which is pretty intense and really is a big deal as it has not occurred since 1968. And we only need to look back at that period in time to understand some of the challenges the world faced or even witnessed to realize what similarities we may encounter ahead. But on a personal level, expect some serious soul searching, really about where you feel your future is heading, where you feel like you belong in the world. You know, those sort of thoughts are going to come to the surface this time round. Saturn will be strict with you and force you to take a long, hard look at where you aspire to be and then put plans in motion to be on track. It will also help you to break free from challenging karma. Saturn delivers consequences for negative actions and rewards you for positive ones. And Venus, however, will make sure that you're making the right decisions to do what you love from your heart space, to really harmonize and take the edge off that karmic exchange. So this month you may make some serious life-affirming decisions, and the universe will offer you fated opportunities and connections to make things happen for your highest good. Now, Neptune has moved into the sign of Aries, and this is a transition that takes 165 years to complete. So literally, it really is a fresh new cycle. However, with all this fiery energy whizzing about suddenly, there is a potential for the odd clash or argument. People tend to reveal their true nature during this period, so it's important to channel your energy into pursuits that fulfill your needs or purpose. Otherwise, it can lead to frustration. Now, Neptune, the planet of inspiration, influences you to concentrate on your dreams and goals. Partnered with the high-octane passion of Aries season, it makes sure you productively take action, remain focused, and leave any temptation to procrastinate in the dust. The super new moon in the sign of Taurus on the 27th of April attracts new money, encouraging new money-making ideas, rebates, checks coming on in, small increases, or even bonuses to manifest in your life. You'll leave April super proud of all you've accomplished and look forward to all that is to come. Now, Venus has been retrograding until now, so if you've been feeling that languishing malaise recently, this season will jolt you back into rediscovering your playful side to seek out new adventures, whether you want to meet a soulmate, this is a great time to do it, or a soul tribe friend for life. This is the time where strong relationships are formed. Existing relationships are actually given a reboot of excitement as you dust off any humdrum energy that you've been feeling. And of course, you may feel more flamboyant, bold, and daring, and the universe responds by sending people and opportunities your way to enhance your life experience. And of course, there's always, positive energy and negative energy that transits through each month because of the planetary alignments. And, when I talk on a global scale, and please fast forward this part if you really don't want to hear it, Neptune in Aries often mixes a whiff of evolution and revolution to the air as it drives this transit forward. The collective awaken at greater speeds. It's a time for shattering long-standing illusions, exposing secrets, scandals, redacted documents come to light, and hidden information are revealed, even highlighting where areas are broken to push for societal change. Strikes or boycotts in various industries could rise up during this period and push for fairer working conditions, or even pushbacks on technology cornering the market to limit the chaos of severances or redundancies. Pluto's opposition to Mars on the 26th of April might also add some bumpy transformative energy, exposing some hidden financial truths that really need correcting, especially with trade frictions. We could also see a triggering of an unexpected power struggle, increasing a domino effect to conflict too. Now, we do have some major solar flares to contend with during Aries season, and it's already triggering unusual, unseasonal weather events, as well as increasing seismic and volcanic activity. This may briefly impact the travel industry at some point in the coming months, as well as the usual power outages. Now, it does seem like every day we are hearing about major shifts all over the world, which I did foresee in my channel messages last year, and underlined that 2025 is a year of fire and water, and we have seen that. I now see a very significant event where marine life unusually beach, indicating a major tectonic restructure involving an underwater volcano. As always, look to the animal kingdom for behavior for world shifts. They're always going to tell you what's about to happen because they instinctively prepare for it, or they indicate what is going on. Now, the Earth moves all the time, of course, to remove pressure, but this is a global awakening and restructure of tectonic plates, and symbolically, perhaps, it's of humanity's restlessness with the way things are right now. The pressure is on, and shifts of change are upon us to basically forge new landscapes. But on a personal level, April is a month that ushers in a fresh new feel to trailblaze adventurous pathways to all that you desire. April reignites your zest for life. Expect a flurry of activity like events, invitations, festivals, opportunities to keep you on your toes as you actively keep your life running smoothly and moving forward whilst having fun along the way. Okay, and you're really embracing this energy because your first card there is the Fool card. It's all change. It really does feel like a fresh new start, a fresh new year for you. This could be that you are embracing your playful side during this month, but the Fool card can literally mean that you're leaving one month to start afresh for a new month. But I feel something is happening for you in the month of April where it's a ripple effect throughout the rest of your year. So this could be that you're launching something new. For some of you, it could be like launching a new style, a project, an idea, maybe even a new way of living. Some of you could be like starting to train in some area or get physically active, or, perhaps join some sort of educational program that helps you expand your reach. In this card, I love this card so much. There's a little cat there, so beautiful. So this can really indicate that you're embracing your independence this month, and of course that you're doing things differently and you're marching to the beat of your own drum. But the Fool card, it represents taking some sort of risk or leap of faith that is a calculated one this month. Your third house is governing you at the beginning of the month, and this is all about communication. So that's really about communicating, your ideas and your visions to the universe to connect to the law of attraction, so the universe can actually bring you in opportunities that you've been desiring and manifesting. It's like, what steps do you need to take in order to, have all that you desire. So a lot of you are taking that first step towards something and you're really serious about it. And I really feel like you're going to be making waves in your life in some way. And it starts in April. Now, also, the third house means a lot of you are going to be utilizing your voice. So presentations, meetings, calls, emails, basically expressing yourself. And a lot of you could be like connecting to things like customer services. If you are not happy with a service, I really feel this is the month to kind of like vocalize where things are working in your life and where they're not working in your life so that you can really get back on track. And I feel you're going to embrace a lot of fun this month as well, a lot of social energy about you. So you could be connecting to things in the neighborhood, maybe hobbies or joining some sort of communal group, meeting new people, because it really feels like a fresh new start with this Fool card energy. Now, of course, this could also be that you are like identifying where you need to really start afresh in some area of your life, get back on track, perhaps be more disciplined with your finances, really stick to some sort of strategy or plan that keeps you moving forward. And I'm really getting an energy, and I don't often get this with this card, but I'm getting this energy of decluttering, okay? So April could be a month where you're decluttering. You're kind of like, I'm being given the word minimalist, okay? So some of you, because if you really look at the Fool card, this figure doesn't need much in order to have fun, in order to live life. So it can be that you're looking at decluttering things that you've outgrown or, that perhaps have been weighing you down. And I feel there is this like spring clean kind of energy about you all. But the Fool card can indicate a lot of starts, this month. So it could be like a new contract coming in or a new service provider, or some of you even thinking about relocating a new place, because I feel like you're curious about what the world has to offer for you and you're embracing it. So this is a great card to start. I mean, this is Aries energy. It's an Aries card. So you're really tapping into that sense of joy, fun, and embracing curiosity. It's almost like, if I did this, what would happen? What if? I feel like you're really leading April with what if. So it's very exciting because then that means that, you're stepping into your power. Your outcome energy is the Empress, which means a lot of the things that you have in motion already are really going to be very successful for you. I mean, some of you with that Empress energy, it is the start of more prosperity. It's the start of implementing self-care needs and rituals there for you. It can be that you're nourishing yourself in a different way, body, mind, and soul, especially since you have that star energy right there, okay? Now, your next card there is the Ten of Swords. So really, something is ending. Something big is ending. And I feel it's been challenging. This could be like a project and now you're on to the next. It could have been a challenging relationship. For some of you, especially since we have the World card, I mean, this is a big deal, my beautiful Aries. The World card is like, it's done. You learned a lesson from something and you're moving on. For some of you, this could have been some sort of friendship or some sort of experience where you feel someone, betrayed your confidentiality or betrayed your trust in some way, because the Ten of Swords can be like someone, you caught someone out, or, you decide that actually you feel that they don't have your best interests at heart. There's been a very difficult or challenging situation with a person or a group of people, and now you're leaving it in the dust. You're done, okay? Because the World card is like, it's over. Ten of Swords is like, it is done, okay? So for some of you, if you've had a very challenging person in your working environment, if you're in a career, for example, you could hear that this person is going to give in their notice and they're leaving. For some of you, this could be you leaving because, it's a fresh new start for you. I feel like you're leaving something that was challenging behind and you're embracing more opportunity. So, if you've been having a challenge with a person, whether it's an ex, whether it's, a frenemy, whether it's like an experience, I feel like you're having a bit of a glow up and you're giving this kind of like, I don't care kind of attitude where you're like, you know what, I'm better without this situation and I'm moving forward. And you're not doing it because you're trying to hurt a person or you're trying to kind of like get them back or have any revenge. It's like, you don't need this in your life because life is short. Life is tough as it is, and you don't need anyone in your camp who's making things like more challenging, right? Now, for some of you, with this Ten of Swords, you may have been having some migraines, or you may have been having some like clouded energy, brain fog, things like that, because swords are all about the mind and about thoughts. So you may have felt like something has been on your mind that has been really tough, and it's been very challenging. I mean, you're coming into April with this energy. Like Ten of Swords is like, woof, that was hard, okay? So a lot of you are going to free yourself up from this energy. So you could actually identify something that has been basically giving you brain fog, whether it's a substance, a food, whether it's like a time of day that you're eating perhaps, or, you know, for some of you, this could be like you actually meet a new practitioner who can help you medically to overcome some brain fog, especially if you've been going through some sort of change in your hormones, for example. But the Ten of Swords is like you're done holding back. You're done not speaking your truth. You're someone who normally says how you feel, but you may have been sitting on something recently that is going to come out in the month of April. And it's you living your truth, because we have that authentic Justice card right there. So you're speaking loud and proud, and you're not holding back. So I really feel this is going to set you free in a situation. I mean, Ten of Swords, for a lot of you, it could be that you're looking for like a new job opportunity, or you're looking for a new neighborhood to live in, or a new country to live in for some of you, because we do have the World card there, okay? The World is a card that connects, of course, to the planet that we live on, but it doesn't have to like mean that. I'm just getting an energy here where some of you have felt that the world is like super challenging, and it's so hard to live in a world that seems like it's very uncertain, it's very tempestuous, and it really is something that we're all keeping our eye on. But it must not rob us of fear. You know, I actually this morning, I was communing with my guides, and I got this like message of like, there's so many layers to life, and we need to peel back the layers of life. There are layers outside of ourselves where, you know, we can focus on the world and what's going on, and it can breed fear, you know, and it can keep us locked in fear. But when we peel back the layers and go deeper, you know, there's a layer that focuses on our true purpose path. And, you know, if we can focus on that, you know, we get to choose what layer we zoom into. So there are so many layers where you focus on family, on, you know, money, on like yourself, your higher self, your belief system, your sense of purpose, as I mentioned. And then things outside of ourselves, like jobs or like, you know, the world. And every layer gives a feeling. And if that feeling is promoting this like lethargy or this kind of fear process, then that's not the vibration to tap into. It's time to rediscover another layer, or tap into a layer that you feel benefits your soul path a little bit more. And this was something that was really profound. I thought about doing a short on it, actually, that would reach people. I will definitely do that, but it's showing up in your reading because I feel something has been challenging. You know, you've got a lot on your mind right now, and you're asking yourself, is this beneficial to my path? If it's not, and it's not going to move you forward, then you're cutting ties with it. Swords cut ties. The Ten of Swords is like, it's done. And the World card, it's like, it's come to a close. So it depends on what layer you're focusing on. For some of you, the World card can indicate you're thinking about emigrating, you know, a fresh new start. These may be thoughts. You know, you may be looking at the world and feeling like, okay, things are pretty like different right now. Where do I feel called to right now? So this could be something that either you are thinking about for you or your family, or maybe it's something that you're thinking about for your business if you're an entrepreneur, for example, or, you know, even if you have a small business and it's starting to become entrepreneurship energy. It can be that, you know, you are looking to expand your reach, and you feel that the sector you're in has run its course, or it's come to a certain level right now where you need to smash through that glass ceiling and expand. Because this is a card of like, you've reached your limit with something, and the World card is to expand an opportunity and move forward. Learn a lesson where you can open yourself up to more is what I see. Okay. So please, like apply it to your situation, because, you know, the Fool card and the Ten of Swords can literally mean that you're looking at contracts or service providers, like the start of something new, and you're cutting ties with a service that perhaps is not working for you this month. It can be that you're looking for a better deal. You know, it could be that you're looking also at expiry dates because, you know, you want to travel, for example. Some of you, it could be that your passport or visa is coming to like an expiry date. So you have to like renew this document in order to be free to roam, for example. But the Ten of Swords, I feel like you have a lot on your to-do list, a lot on your mind in April. And I feel like balance and harmony and prioritizing is going to get you to where you need to go without feeling overwhelmed with that energy. Okay, I'm also being given here with that Ten of Swords that there's an energy here where you've completed something and it was so hard and it feels like you're like setting yourself free. So whether it is like a dissertation, or perhaps you've been organizing a presentation or a meeting, or maybe it is just a difficult client, or even for some of you, a difficult neighbor or a difficult landlord. It feels like you're either cutting ties with the challenge or you're moving away from this experience because you feel like it's not benefiting your highest good there, okay? Now, a lot of you, this can literally mean travel. Your third house is all about travel. So it could be that you're really like getting everything done, organized in the home space. If you're in a job, it can be that you're like trying really hard to get everything organized, maybe even train a person to do what you do while you're away, and then cut loose and be fancy free and go on, you know, your vacation there. So I feel like you're going to have an amazing time. You're going to have a bit of a glow up on that, and it gives you thinking time. Okay, it really gives you thinking time to be like, okay, what do I need to cut out? What am I going to be really like strict with myself and do at this time? I feel like there's this energy of like wanting to, you know, like implement some self-improvement energy where you want to live your best life. So there's some things that you perhaps want to detoxify or cut out or just restructure when you return from your vacation, okay? Now, of course, the World card means that whether you're going on a vacation or even planning one this month, because third house can also influence you to want to break free and connect to like a quick trip somewhere, the World card can indicate you're going to be very productive before you actually get to that trip, okay? So I feel this is about you like being really organized in your life and seeing things very clearly. Make sure you compartmentalize so that you don't feel overwhelmed by all of the stuff. I feel it's like zooming in and out, like I mentioned. When you zoom out and you think about the world, or you think about your goal and all the components of that, it feels really overwhelming. Like, wow, am I ever going to get there? You know, I just feel this energy of feeling overwhelmed. There's so much to do. But when you really zoom in to the components of how you do it, and, you know, be curious about different ingredients in your life and excited, because this is a card of enthusiasm and excitement there. You know, when you really zoom in, that's when you have more fun. And I feel a lot of you are asking, am I having fun yet? I mean, there's a lot of pressure on. Don't get me wrong. I can see that in your energy. Ten of Swords there with that world energy is, you know, the pressure is on and you feel like your world right now is challenging, whatever that challenge may be. But I feel that this month things come into view where you can, you know, have balance, harmony, and like have this glow up. And I feel like you're walking away finally from something that has been hindering you or hurting you in some way. And the star energy, a lot of you could be healing. So if you're going through a divorce or a separation, for example, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love. But I see that, you know, you're going to transcend into having this glow up where whatever experience you're going through, you know, I feel with that King of Swords energy in the resistance position and the Fool card, I mean, both of them are in the resistance position. I only choose the uprights in the deck, but this pile basically means, you know, resistance, so it's in the reverse anyway. But you know, I feel they're going to be thinking about their loss. If someone is like losing you from their life, you know, there is going to be regret there. So I really get this energy that when your intentions are pure, you know, you don't lose people, people lose you. So I'm really getting that coming through. So some of you may have been going through that. And again, I'm sending you so much love out there. But I do see that it kind of like sets you free to explore other avenues, because whatever it is you're going through, whether it's a separation from something, because I just feel like your whole reading is saying I'm moving away from that because it does not serve my highest good. And like even the Fool card is your starting card, Eight of Cups is your final card, which means you're done with something. A lot of you, this could be like a course correction or a new direction on something that is more fulfilling. And anyone who walks away on that Eight of Cups, they walk straight into the Nine of Cups and they get a wish fulfilled or a desire that they have been yearning for quite some time. Now, because we do have that justice energy right there, I do see a lot of you are going to be focusing on like paperwork, official documents. So this could be that, you know, you're signing new contracts. If you're someone who's come to this reading and that Ten of Swords represents like you losing a job or like being given like a severance package, for example, and you're looking for new opportunities, I definitely see one in the works for you, which is a wonderful, fresh new start. And what I see, it's like, it's an energy of expanding. I mean, this is an international card. King of Swords is always connected to international energy. So it can be that either you're going to get a job overseas, or for some of you, you're going to join like some sort of company that has international links. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, and like a client left you, I feel like the universe is delivering you like a new client that is from overseas and gives you an opportunity to expand. So I feel there is this energy of like a new opportunity or a new person or a new kind of like role coming on in. And if you're looking for a new job, I definitely see that it is like managerial or has a lot of status connected to it because you're a pro at what you do. And you may have been told that you're like overqualified, but actually I feel that is, the industry right now where people don't want to pay money for good workers. They want to like basically get work done as cheaply and cost effective as possible. Let's call it as it is. But I feel like you're going to find an opportunity that really gives you the money that you require for the skill set that you have, because you are a pro, okay? So that's coming through there strongly. Now let's bring it back and away from all of that. The star energy in the reverse at first indicates that you have basically felt tested recently, and it just feels like things have been pretty intense. But I do see here that things are going to get easier, and this is a month of clarity for you, more inspiration, more ideas, like fresh new energy where you're decluttering but also detoxifying. And I feel there's this new renewal of energy for you there as well. Now, I do feel for a lot of you a wish that you are kind of like fed up of wishing for because it's never like showing up for you. I feel like you're going to see evidence of it coming your way. It feels like a stepping stone towards it. There's still more to go on it, whatever it is. It's going to be different for all of you. But I feel like there's a milestone coming in April where you can actually see that it's going to become a reality for you. So this could come in the form of news, a document, a letter, or some sort of like invitation even. I feel a lot of you are going to be receiving some sort of news that makes you realize that you're on the right path. That's the energy that I've got coming through. Some of you, this could be a presentation, or it could be a meeting or realization with someone. A lot of you could be getting advice on a fresh new start. So for example, King of Swords is someone who's a pro at what they do. And the star energy is to see or look or identify and have hope, a trust in this person. And we got the Fool card there. So it could be that you are going to reach out to someone who has knowledge in an industry that can help you, whether that's connected to traveling or relocating, purchasing real estate, or even talking about finances. For some of you, it could be that you have to have some sort of repair work done in the home space, for example, and you're looking for someone who's a pro at what they do so that you can get the best service and, not pay above the odds for the service itself. And I feel some of you may actually get a tip from a friend regarding that. So I feel, this is a fair exchange for something being repaired and, the money that you pay. I don't feel it's like highly expensive. But your 10th house actually influences you from the middle of the month. And that's all about ambition, drive, and having the energy and motivation to get everything finished because you're on to something else. And I feel that all over your reading in April. It's like you're starting something that you will finish. You may even return to things that have been on your mind that you've been meaning to get around to doing. And I feel like you're going to be like super organized. King of Swords, because all these cards in the reverse will turn into the upright energy. This is an energy of you being organized, of getting things done so you can have a fresh new start. I mean, that King of Swords indicates you may be calculating something or like judging something. And I feel you're really looking into something. I feel more than anything for a lot of you, it could be a strategy or a plan that you have in motion or something that you're trying to get all the information on. And it may be hard to get this information. It may not be readily available, so you have to go digging a little bit further for it. But whatever it is you're investigating, the star energy indicates it shall be shown to you or it will be given to you in the right moment. And it helps enable that fresh start with that Fool card there, okay? So whatever it is that you're starting, know that you're heading in the right direction, and this is a great time for you to move forward with this. A lot of you could be launching something, whether it's like a new idea that you've been sitting on for a while, waiting for the right moment to launch this. I mean, the King of Swords to the Empress energy, for a lot of you, if I single out the energy, it can be that your plans are now becoming a reality and you may be actually becoming your own boss. Some of you, you know, you're very creative, so you're stepping into your creative power, for example, and you could be launching your like Etsy business online, for example, you know. So I feel that a lot of you with this could be like signing contracts or deals with like a partnership or a social media platform, for example, in order to get your message out there. You know, this is a card of being an influencer. So whether you are going into a meeting room for a job, whether you're going for like an interview for a loan, whether you're going into like, you know, an industry where you use your voice, I feel like you're going to win the room. You're very persuasive in the month of April and beyond, and I feel like you're speaking your truth. A lot of you, this energy could be a partnership because we do have that Justice card. So some of you, it could be that you are like leaving your single energy and moving into marriage. You know, you could be getting married during this month. So congratulations if that's you. You could have been really tested with all the little things and details of getting that, you know, wedding up and going and organized. And it's been a bit of a headache, but it's going to be wonderful on the day and you're going to have such an amazing time. Also, I want you to be aware, if you're getting married and there's someone who is absent at the table because they are, you know, passed over, this person's presence is going to be there. And there's going to be some incident on the day that makes you realize, yep, they're there. So I want you to be aware of that. Moving away from the energy with a lot of respect and love, the star energy indicates a lot of you are going to be recognized for something that you've been thinking about or something that you've done. You know, this is a great month where I feel it could be bonus time because you do have that Empress energy, which normally represents some form of new money coming on in or money that you have that you've like been doing something in motion. You've already planted the seeds. You've been nurturing something. So this will be a time where there could be a quarterly bonus, for example, if you work for a company that has bonuses. If you're an entrepreneur, this could be a period where you unlock like dividends or things like that. For a lot of you, this is this energy of like, well, I'm getting energy of like birthing a plan. You know, something coming into review in this month and suddenly everything is on the table and you're running with it. Some of you, you know, if you're pregnant, for example, firstly, congratulations. I see this energy here of like you being in good hands, and also, you know, this is a period where, of course, your baby may be delivered because we do have that Fool card energy, which represents a child, okay, and we've got the pregnant Empress there. So this could be a month where, you know, baby is delivered, okay, and also for some of you, this could be the month where you either hear about a pregnancy or you yourself, if you have the potential to get pregnant, there is the potential there for it to happen. Now, with the King of Swords and the Fool card right there, because your Fool card is showing up twice, this is like an underlying energy that something needs to change. So a lot of you could be looking at where there's pressure. If you're feeling excess pressure and you're feeling that things have been overwhelming, you know, you've got so many swords in your chart for the month of April. This could be that you have a lot on your mind and it is important to manage stress levels and put things into perspective. If there's something that you're worried about, that you can do something about, this is the month to take a first step towards making it happen so that you can change your circumstances. But if it is something that you cannot change, then don't worry about it. It will be as it's always going to be. I actually see that it works out in your favor, whatever it is, because if we have to walk away from something or we have to let go of something, it's normally because it's for our highest good. What is meant for you will never pass you by. So just acknowledge that as you're letting go of something or walking away from something, because you're so done with something here and it just feels like you're over it and you're going to have a glow up because you're leaving it behind or letting it go. So whether it is a substance, whether it is like a person or an environment that has been challenging, whatever it is, it's going to serve your higher purpose there, okay? Now, also, I'm seeing that you're going to get a compliment this month. Someone is going to basically tell it how it is. You don't look your age. You're someone who is very playful at heart. And I feel this compliment is really going to put a nice spring in your step. You know, just when you're having like one of those days where you're like, oh gosh, that's like so intense. Suddenly the universe is going to send you a little messenger where you get a compliment from a person. And you're like, oh, because the universe is like highlighting, you know what, you're doing a great job. And yes, it's challenging, but things are going to be looking up for you. And I can see that's happening there as well. Now, also, for some of you, you may have to deal with some sort of like technology regarding a parent or parental figure. That's something that's interesting that's coming through. So for example, your parent or guardian may ask you to help you with some sort of technology or organize something. So I do see a lot of responsibility around you. And for some of you, if your parents or guardians have crossed over, then this could be that you have to deal with some sort of like contract or inheritance or, some sort of legal documents regarding that. And again, I'm sending you a huge hug out there, so much love, but I feel like, you're being guided to live your truth, even though some people may be very challenging during these times. Sometimes people can really show their true colors when finances are involved, but I feel like things will work out as they are meant to, is what I'm being given. Okay, so with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from that energy as well. But the Empress energy basically means that you're nourishing yourself in a different way this month. Okay, you're adhering to self-care rituals, but also this is a highly creative time, lots of hobbies. Because your 3rd house and your 10th house are involved, it means something you speak as your truth becomes your reality. Thoughts become things. So, this is about you embracing more playful times or opening yourself up to, having some time for yourself. And it's really going to show. A lot of you may also discover like a product that really helps you. And what I mean by that, it could be like a new cream, for example, or it could be like a new bath salts or something that really kind of like helps you have a bit of a glow up or energizes you in a different way. With the Empress energy, this is like a card of paying attention to your body and what your body needs at this time. So I really feel that you're cutting something out that gives you more energy, or you're making an addition that is healthy for you this month to basically feel like your best self. Okay, because I feel a lot of you are reinvesting in self. And some of you, this could also be through some sort of like education or course of learning, because the King of Swords is all about the mind. So enriching your mind in some way. I feel like you're going to be sparking with ideas, and you're going to run with these ideas, and actually, they're going to bear fruit. Some of you could be like launching a business, or, restructuring something, or kind of like making sure that you get the legalities of something that help your life run smoothly so that you can live your best life. Now we do have that Justice card, which means a lot of paperwork, business, legalities. A lot of you will be looking at rolling contracts this month as well, just to make sure that you are on track with things that help you have everything running smoothly. If there's anything that keeps breaking down or is not running as it should, I feel like you're canceling it. Some of you, be a little bit mindful. If you start a new trial of something and there is like a pay date where it ticks over into you having a subscription to it, but you don't want it, this is like a friendly reminder to cut it off, because they are going to charge you if you don't do that. So, the Fool card can represent the start of something, and it may even be like something that has no strings attached at first, a trial kind of energy. And when you've got the Justice card and the Empress, it can be that it's ticking over into something that you forgot about, and now it's going to charge you. And you may have to accept that you'll pay the first month and you cut it off then. So if you don't want to pay for that, this is a little friendly reminder there, okay? Now also the Justice card is a card of doing what you feel is right for you, not in a selfish way, but in a way that enhances your experience. And this 10 of Swords energy is kind of complementing the Justice card. And what I mean by that is something is done, so you feel it's right to step away from this rather than reconnect to it at this time. You may revisit something in the future, whether that's a friendship or a conversation, but right now I feel like you just want to enjoy yourself and not have the pressure of this thing, whatever whatever this thing is, and space and time will give it a breath in order for you to think about it, because I feel like you're like very cerebral at this time. And you know, this justice energy indicates that basically there is like a cause and effect going on in your life right now. So you're starting something or you're releasing something, and this is going to have a really positive impact on your life. You know, it sets you up for a very soul searching energy to discover more about yourself, but also discover more about what is right for you. I mean, this month always kind of gives this very like intense soul searching energy, because it is the start of the astrological year, and Aries energy affects us all, which is like we feel that fire and passion in our soul where we're like, there's got to be more to life than this. So you're breaking free from a pattern or something that you feel you've been stuck in for some time, and suddenly you're like letting loose, and you're just like very explorative. And I feel like you're really tapping into this energy, because the Fool card is like curiosity, what if, and the Eight of Cups is like, right, well, I'm doing it, I'm making it happen, I'm going to really go searching for this missing ingredient. So I feel a lot of you, this Eight of Cups of course can be travel, you know, the freedom to just like kick back and, you know, relax. Some of you may have like a delay in travel. I got to be honest with you, I do see a bit of a delay there, but I do see with that Justice card that you could get compensation for this, and this may be a nice portion of what you paid for the vacation in the first place. I mean, of course, you can't get back your time, and you'd rather have that, but because you cannot, I definitely see there could be some financial compensation there. Now, a lot of you could also be waiting for compensation on something, and I feel that you may have to chase it. Okay, I hate to give that message. You may have to chase it, but I do feel that you will get what is right towards the end of April. It's coming to you, whatever it is that's positive, and then you're like walking away with it. For some of you, the Eight of Cups can represent something that you feel was disappointing or was not fulfilling. So someone may offer you something in the month of April that you feel, actually, that's not what I'm looking for, because you're valuing yourself in a different way. You're like, okay, you know I deserve the best. The Empress always deserves the best, okay, because you work really hard for the best. You always bring the magic to people's lives. So therefore, you know, there should be a fair exchange, and that's across the board, whether you're in work, whether you're in friendships, whether you're like connecting to deals. This is all about valuing yourself to the highest degree. And of course, the Justice card indicates reciprocity. It's only fair that you do that. And the Eight of Cups says you walk away from anything that you feel does not value you or your time or your energy. And, you know, this sets you up to basically have a wish fulfilled there as well. Okay, so I mean, there's no financial cards in your reading. Doesn't mean that finances are not something you're thinking about. I mean, in terms of your finances, I feel with that Ten of Swords, you're feeling a pressure that, you know, items are more expensive than they have been. Okay, a lot of like inflation is hidden in items, and you know, I feel that there is an energy here of you really looking at products and dissecting where you kind of like purchase your products. So if, for example, you're getting it cheaper elsewhere, of course, it's a no-brainer. You're going to go elsewhere to get that. So a lot of you are looking at where you're putting your finances, and also where you feel you want to shop around, okay? So you can get a better deal. Some of you with that Empress energy, you may even think about growing your own, you know, even if it's on like a little ledge in your home space. You could be like growing herbs. And during this period, I feel there's a lot of like planting seeds with that Fool energy, but also cutting back on some things that are always in motion, and, you know, in order to promote new growth. So when you think about the Empress, she takes care of her garden. She nurtures it. So it's not just about a garden, but a lot of you, if you are growing your own herbs and things like that, it can be. But, you know, this is about nurturing your life and basically saying, okay, this is growing really nicely. I need to just like, you know, deadhead it a little bit so that I can promote more growth there. And a lot of you are like looking at something that you're like, well, I'm so fed up of this. It's not working. I need to just like forget about that, or it's wasting my time. A lot of you, because you have such cerebral energy this month, you're looking at what you watch. So with that, you know, King of Swords and the Star, This could be that you don't want to spend your time mindlessly scrolling a reel, for example, or you don't want to watch something that's not going to benefit your mind or expand your mind in some way. So it can be that, you're going to promise yourself to cut it out or find pursuits elsewhere. For some of you, this could also be that you're starting like a new year in your education or a dissertation, for example. I mean, I feel a lot of you have had experiences in your life where you could write a book, okay? And I feel a lot of you may also be thinking about writing your memoirs during this time, or, expressing yourself in some way through either art or poetry, or spoken word, or, some sort of document, because you do have that third house, and the King of Swords is all about that third house where you're communicating your needs effectively, but also, you're exposing your story so that you can be understood in some way. So, I mean, for some of you also, if you're already a parent, I do feel here, especially if you're separate from, your partner, for example, I feel there's this energy of trying to share the duties and also, the responsibilities, and it's hard. And sometimes there's a lot of pressure, and sometimes you feel like you have to bite your tongue on something. But I feel actually this is about speaking your truth in a diplomatic way where you can not win the situation. I do feel like you're very persuasive this month, but it's like you're being fair, whatever it is. I feel like you're being fair in this situation. And I feel, that you can share the responsibilities in a more effective way for the child or children in question as well. I mean, all over your reading, it's like fresh new starts. So it can be that, it's a new neighborhood, as I mentioned, new job, new way of thinking. King of Swords is the mindset. So this can be that you are releasing a limiting belief in some way where you're embracing your awesomeness and not tearing yourself down with doubt or thoughts that sometimes feel really challenging. So I would say a lot of you, if you're looking for an opportunity, I definitely see a long-term contract in your future that benefits you. Some of you could be purchasing something that requires a long-term contract as well. And I feel that you may actually shop around on that, because the first one, it just feels like it's too expensive, or you feel that you need to get some sort of advice on it, or you may discover some information about it where you feel actually I'm gonna look at something else, and I just feel like you will intuitively pick the right one. Okay, now one of your final cards is Power and Volcanoes. Now, of course, we are having a lot of seismic activity right now, and I also feel this is symbolic of humanity. And I feel right now for you, there is a lot of seismic activity going on in your life. Restructure. If the pressure is on, that's your body saying something needs to change. So I feel with this Volcanoes card, it literally means that you are reshaping your landscape. Something new is happening. If you think about the nature of a volcano, all that passionate hot lava, that magma coming to the surface. So this is about your thoughts, your ideas, and your passions flowing and coming to the surface. And of course, all of that lava is going to cool down and create a new path. And I feel a lot of you, that's this new path that you're on right now. And it could be just an idea, the sprout of something that is going to transform your life. But it's also going to be something that's really exciting. Don't overthink it. Number 9 indicates you could be having a spiritual awakening, or you're doing something on your own, and it's something perhaps that is secret. For example, you could be doing something behind the scenes that you're not really revealing, but I feel at the end of the month, everything comes to the surface, whether it's a project or a self-improvement, a project that you've been going through, whether it is, you writing something or, having a presentation. You're going to reveal this when the moment is right. And it is everything that is within you coming to the surface, which is really exciting there. I mean, also the 9 in this card, along with the actual card, the meaning of this actual card is to let go of old grudges. Okay, so at the beginning, I picked up this kind of frustration of either a situation with a person where you're so done. You're just this doesn't bother me anymore. So it can be something from your past, way in your past, where you're releasing an old grudge. You're not forgiving a situation in order to let them off the hook. You're forgiving a situation to lighten your load, because the pressure can build up. If someone hurts us, we feel something, right? But it is our feelings, and it is something that is hurting us inside, even though outside ourselves the trigger happened. So it can be that, you know, you're releasing all of this pent up sadness, energy, or frustration, or a grudge, you know, because it's been heavy energy, it's been hurting you. You know, this is a card that like highlights, why should you hold on to something that's been hurting you? And, you know, allow, you know, all your feelings to flow rather than having them pent up and saving it all for like a very reactive situation. So I feel this is something that's going on in your life right now. And, you know, it's almost like April is your reformation, where you are kind of like taking back your power, and you are kind of like creating something that is going to benefit you. It feels like you're destroying negative thoughts, or you're destroying anything negative with that Ten of Swords, and you're embracing the positive. So what a wonderful card to, you know, come out there. But also, of course, if you're traveling, the destination that you're going to, there may be some seismic activity in that area. I feel it's before you get there. Okay, so I want you to be aware of that and not worry about that. But I do feel it could create a delay in traveling. So that's something that's coming out there as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a ring before we close. Okay, so we have a key. Okay, now the key represents destiny. So a lot of you are thinking about your path, your soul path, what should join you on that soul path, and really what should not. I would say a lot of you, check your hard copy mail. Okay, there may be something you'll miss because the star is in the resistance position. So if you're waiting on an important document, check with, you know, if you live with people, I would say check to see if they got your mail, put it to the side, forgot to tell you about it. Or if it's something that's electronic, I would definitely say check your spam folder, because there's a correspondence here that feels like it's been buried or not noticed or not witnessed. And, you know, it can have a time sensitive energy to it. So just watch out for that. Also, I mean, we've got a heart on that key, so I feel this is about you following your heart, and the planets are aligning for you to be on the right path for your destiny. I feel like you're going to unlock a lot of doors, a lot of new things, or experience a lot of new things in the month of April that just gives you a fresh new perspective, and it's almost like you're starting to feel like your old self. That's coming through there as well. And also, we've got the seahorse. Now, of course, the seahorse can be soulmate energy. I mean, looking at the energy here, if you're single, I see that you're so ready to fall in love, okay? And I feel there is going to be a person that you meet that will be on your mind. And, you know, this person's a little bit younger than you, but I also feel there's this energy of you kind of like flirting with someone first, or meeting someone where there is like flattery and flirting first, but that doesn't feel like the right person. It feels like the next person. Okay, so that is coming through there. So some of you, if you're talking to someone right now and you're like, where's this going? I feel like you kind of already know your answer. You're going to meet a person right after that where you're like, oh my gosh, this is the person. But it has to organically develop the way it's developing right now. But also, I mean, symbolically, this can indicate that you're doing something different, because if you think about the male seahorse, they carry the little babies, right? So this can be that you're going against the grain. You're having a fresh new start, taking a leap of faith. You're doing something bold and daring and maverick that is not typical to everyone else's expectations. And it feels very much like you may be ripe for birthing an idea or launching something, and it's something that's passionate, it's coming out of you, and it's different, it's unique and original. So don't shy away, allow yourself to shine. And I feel like you're going to be appreciated for all of that. I mean, the Empress energy indicates some sort of reward or prosperity that you're attracting because you're being your authentic self, and you're stepping into your power and basically being curious and having fun along the way. Okay, so I'll leave it there. It feels like a bit of a jam-packed month for you, my beautiful Leo. I hope something resonates in some shape or form. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. I just want to mention as well that, you know, your 10th house is all about expanding and elevating. And I feel like there's a lot of upgrades going on in your life right now, both spiritually, in terms of your thoughts, but also in terms of like your opportunities. And, you know, I feel like you are on a pathway to the top. Okay. And I feel there's also some information coming through as well that helps you see a situation from a very mature viewpoint. You're going to be so proud of how you deal with something in the month of April. It just puts you like on a higher perspective. And I feel it's something connected to a challenge, and people will celebrate you for the way you dealt with something in the month of April. Okay. So thank you so much, my beautiful Leo, and love and light.